How's it going today, guys and gals, and welcome to this week's AA meeting. My name is Gene, and I hope everyone had a beautiful week off of My Hero. For the past several weeks of covering My Hero Academia, we've seen our main cast of heroes do everything they can to fight and defeat A+ Ultra Shigaraki. Chapter 277 ended with Bakugo using Deku as bait and nuking Shigaraki, with Endeavor landing the finishing blow. The chapter ended with an all-out brawl between Mount Lady and Giga pushing one another back, as it seems the League is trying to make their way of escape. With a week off, Horikoshi and team are fresh and set as they've changed to a digital setting. What will happen in this week's chapter of My Hero Academia? Will we see the aftermath of the Shigaraki fight? Or will we realistically head over to the other town and watch the big showdown between the heroes and the League? Let's find out. Really quickly, if this is your first time in one of these meetings, I do a quick rundown of the chapter and then I follow it up with some analyzations and predictions to what I think future chapters will hold.
スタープラチナザワールドズギューンなんと、ジャンプ漫画史上最も奇妙な漫画と称される
Chapter 278 begins with Jiro impersonating her best at Higo face as she removes her ear jacks from the ground. Everyone, concerned to why she screamed, asks what's the matter. Jiro explains to everyone that she heard something huge approaching them. The pro heroes, in communication with the other pros, know what's going on and head to the front lines as they tell the interns to stay back. Chapter 278, titled Walk in Disaster. Giga bull rushes Mount Lady, and like I said in my last video, it seems Mount Lady is the only one pushing back as it seems like the League is trying to escape. This is made even more clear to us when we see the League on Giga's back as they discuss what's going on. Giga desperately wants to see his master as he continues to push Mount Lady, and the other heroes do everything they can in their power to stop him, with no avail. We are then shown the ice villain, who is just as confused as everyone to what is going on, when all of a sudden Cementos goes plus ultra and traps him around a wall of cement. Quickly, we cut to a nearly maxed out Reed Destro as he's fighting against Edgeshot. As they exchange words, Reed Destro realizes if Giga is acting this way, it only means one thing, that Shigaraki had woken up. Once he comes to this conclusion, he shouts, "Just what do you all think you're doing to the liberators of the world?" Kamui Woods is carrying Midnight as they try to get closer to Giga. As they get closer, however, Mount Lady's body gives up as Giga launches her out the way like a ragdoll. Pro Hero Woods calls her out by her name, but Midnight hastes him to continue to focus as she plans on using everything to knock the big boy out. But just when she was about to use her ability, Dabi blasts her with fire, as Compressed throws a boulder of debris at her, knocking her renderly useless. Midnight thinks of what hero could possibly stop someone so big. Desperately, she contacts Momo and gives her the rundown. She states that the only way to stop him is to put him to sleep. As the Revolution villains come in the range of Midnight, she proclaims what Momo would have to do might be against the law, but in a time like this, they need to act. As Midnight turns around to the villains, she allows Momo to make the decision on whether or not to stop Giga or let him go. As destruction along all sides comes closer, Momo realizes that this is no time to run and formulates a plan. As she tells everyone what to do, Mount Lady grabs a hold of Mount Giga's leg, slowing him down. As Momo hands out all the bottles of NyQuil, the heroes from Class A close out by stating, to be true heroes, they cannot run. When they put on the costume, they don the name heroes, as this is their domain to stop the League. So that concludes Chapter 278. A couple of things before we delve into predictions and whatnot. First, I know there are probably a lot of people who are upset with the switch up. We had weeks of amazing chapters showcasing us the power and destruction one man held in Shigaraki. And when we finally get a glimpse of hope, we switch back to the other heroes. The simple reasoning behind this is it creates a broader story and allows us to focus on the other heroes and villains of the series. If this was a typical shorter manga, I'd understand the frustration. We want to see Deku fight Shigaraki, but Horikoshi has stated that since his work has become popular, he wants to try and create the next One Piece. Not in the sense of having Deku locate One Piece, but in terms of the amount of characters and story arc is introduced. In this universe of heroes, the amount of creation is vast. Shoot, this all technically is happening in Japan alone. Imagine what could be happening in other countries in terms of heroes and villains. What I'm meaning to say is that even though we all just want to see the main cast fight, we have to accept that sometimes in this series, we'll probably have to break from the plot just to deep dive into a character story arc. Horikoshi has done this before with Kirishima, and that little arc was amazing, so I'm always open to learning about more characters. I mean, one day we're just going to have to face the facts that we're going to have 2 to 3 weeks of nothing but Minetta's backstory. Next, I know Momo didn't hand out NyQuil to the class, and it's probably just a sleeping formula. I joke and I have a dry sense of humor. Sorry, not sorry. What I do want to discuss about is how Midnight said that this act might face consequences from the law. To me, I love there's a whole system in place for heroes to follow the rules, but in a time like this, I don't know what charges they could face. Now, unless the translation is wrong, I don't know off the top of my head what rules they could be breaking. If this is the case and they are getting in trouble from this, what do you guys think is going to happen? To me, if I saw someone attempting to rob a bank and I had the ability to stop him, I feel I should be allowed to do what I can without murder to stop him just for the sole reason I'd be saving others. Is that odd? Let me know. Finally, what is going to happen to Midnight? As the revolution drew closer to her and pounced to attack her, she turned around. She's battered from the scuffle with the League, so she could possibly be too weak to handle the villains attacking her. But because this is my hero, and by the way the story is going, I wouldn't be surprised if she too has her own Plus Ultra moment and is able to use her sleeping quirk to put everyone to rest whilst the students of UA do what they can do to stop Giga. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is she a goner, or will she pull one of the greatest comebacks since the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in the finals? Prediction time. So it's clear as day we're going to be spending the next few weeks in this battle. The ending to 278 shows us that the UA students are about to commence their plan of action. I trust their plan will be a success. It's been shown to us plenty of times of UA students being able to formulate and execute plans flawlessly. My only problem is I don't think they know the League is chilling on Giga's back. If this is the case, it's going to be harder for the students to be able to go off the cusp and figure a way to stop them. Possibly if this happens, I can see a 2-on-1 fight with the League and the students. An example of this is per se Dabi versus Kaminari and Kirishima. If the students then separate the League from Giga, I give them a higher possibility in being able to put down Giga. If not, look forward to the League escaping and doing everything in their power to capture and rescue Shigaraki from the main cast of heroes. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you all enjoyed the chapter like I did. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss another AA meeting, please consider subscribing. All the love and support has been amazing. This has been Gene with Ascension Anime, and I'll see y'all later. Ciao.
Thank you.